Hey Twitter. All right YouTube, I'm going to try to get some narrow roads footage with a couple different roads here, but same camera setup as I had before, same roads. Previously the car had some braking action when it passed opposing traffic. So I guess we'll just see how it does today. This is version 11.4.2. It came yesterday evening, and so far it's been pretty good, but I have not got much narrow roads video yet. So right here, as soon as we take this right turn, is this road here that it's a double yellow line marked road, but on the last release it was really hesitant when the road narrowed to a few different spots with opposing traffic. It's a relatively slow road, so as you can see here, it's 30 miles an hour. Here we got a truck in the opposing lane, kind of working construction there. Not affecting us, but I imagine if he's there when we come on the way back, that could create an interesting scenario. Speed limit's 30 here. Kind of residential, cars parked in their driveways. Nobody really parks on the street here. You see it kind of cross over into that yellow line just then? I don't know what it was going around. But here's an opposing car here as we come around. So far, so good. No braking on that one. But the lane positioning, I commented on my Memorial Park Drive yesterday. I feel like I'm noticing it meander a little bit more than it used to. Meander meaning like kind of going to the left and to the right inside of the lane. Pedestrian on the other side, a little bit of yard trash there on the right. Last week's video, there was a lot of speculation that it was actually braking for pedestrians way over there on the sidewalk. I don't think that was the case, but one will never know. Look what that's, yeah, do you see? I went all the way over and bumped the reflectors on the yellow line just there. It's almost like it's going around something that I don't see, and it's willing, with no opposing traffic, which is okay, to actually, you know, kind of, I can hear it hitting the reflectors on the car. Hear that again? Reflectors on the car, you know, reflectors on the road hitting the tires. Interesting scenario there. This is kind of into that meandering. It's definitely part of this lane logic. Okay, we have one more car here. I hope we get to, oh, is it gonna happen? I got my destination here and it's coming to the right. So that scenario didn't play out. Let me turn around and we'll start it again. All right, here we go in the second leg, same road, opposite direction. Not many interactions yet to determine it, but the interesting thing I'm noticing is how the car is moving within the lane. If you can hear it on my microphone, it's running over the reflectors just to the right of the right side of the white line occasionally. Pedestrian over here on the right again. So, you know, when we're choosing this lane positioning, I wonder if narrow roads that we're on, it's like, yeah, I can't see that right side of the road, so I'm gonna go all the way as far as I can to the left. So maybe they put in a left bias here. Here's another situation. Let's see how this works. No braking there. Okay, so that's two interactions where it did not brake at all. And I'm starting to think they put a left bias in here just based on its willingness to go over these reflectors even when there's no traffic. Hey, that's one way to solve the problem. If you're unsure of the road edge to the right, then hug the center lane as tightly as you can in order to give yourself as much room as possible. So if the Tesla team, that's your solution, great. Now here we got a bike VRU here on the other side. He's in his lane. No hesitations there at all. So I wouldn't have expected it to hesitate, but at the same time, it was just another opportunity on these narrow roads to see how it reacts to different situations. All right, got another car coming here. He just went around somebody with a mower. Same thing, no braking. Looks like we might have one more interaction, which is great. I just heard me going over the reflectors again. So I am really hugging this yellow line. No issues. Hey, on last week's version, it would have stopped for one of those cars. I'm certain of that. Let me go around one more time. You know, I like to have more data than not, so let's go ahead and let me flip it around and I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Got the route in there again. Looks like we got opposing traffic right away. Little bit of a curve in that path. Another big truck here. I can hear myself running over the reflectors. It scoots over a little bit. Hey, Tesla, I think you fixed narrow roads, at least the situation we were reporting last week. I need to jump over on that one other road with the speed bumps and see if we get any interactions over there a little bit more. But on this road that for some reason it just was uncomfortable, you seem to be letting it go through. I'm definitely noticing it's hugging the left center lane a little bit, even to the point of running over the reflectors. Maybe that was your trick to get away from that right edge, which might have been what was freaking the car out a little bit. Just uncertain of that kind of narrow right edge there. If you look in the rear view camera's motorcycle there, interesting. I think I saw a reflection of two. You can see I've got plenty of room on that right side, even to the effect of if you were to say, am I closer to the left or to the right? I think it's very clear in that picture that I'm closer to the left than the right. So that's a new bias, and I think that's a good fix for this narrow roads. Now you see I've got a car approaching me from behind because here I am going the speed limit on a narrow road. One more car might get an interaction here. Let's see. One reflector. He turned. So no, hey, it didn't pause. It didn't freak out or anything. That's really good. Got an interesting scenario coming up here. I've got a left turn, but I do have a biker on the right side. I do have a turn coming up, but it'll be interesting to see where the turn comes with these bikes. It's definitely identified the biker. I'm turning left here, so it looks like it's waiting. I believe I'm turning left here. Yes, interesting how it's not going around the guy. I've got my blinker on. That was a really good choice because it knew it didn't have time to go around that biker. Instead, it just said, I'm going to slow down and let him proceed. Hey, that's a highlight reel. Very good job, Tesla, on that one. That was an advanced maneuver that you had to use navigation, planning, and everything in order to figure that out. Looks like we're going to have a protected left turn here and then crossing the railroad tracks. There we go, protected green arrow. Slow down. Okay. Too fast for the railroad tracks. All right, here we are on the typical narrow road street with the speed humps I do a lot of recording on. Kind of in the middle of the lane there, and then it creeped back over to the right as we approach the stop line. Definitely needs to creep here. There's no creep limit shown, but it is creeping anyway. So a creep with no creep limit that time. See if we get a new behavior here. Definitely slowing for that one. Got down to 17. That was good. I do feel like I'm in the middle of the road. There is no oncoming traffic, but I am in the middle of the road. As it approaches the stop line, it needs to get over further to the right because I'm here and a car could not fit here to the right of me. Creep limit, wide open. Another speed hump here. And it didn't slow down until well too late on that one. It was decelerating, so I kind of let it go. And once again, I'm kind of here to the right. I do have an opposing car, but it's going to be at this intersection, so it's going to be in a different scenario than the narrow roads. Now look, I'm creeping. It needs to go a little bit to the right that time, so that wasn't a bad behavior, actually. But it really didn't test the narrow road scenario there. One more speed hump. 20. Oh, really late. It saw it or recognized it, but it way too late. Okay, coming up here on an unprotected left turn into a suicide lane. So it's a non-raised median, and they're still not putting any sort of median network out there. We got a creep limit that we could use just to kind of show you a little bit more. It's got very kind of an unhelpful angle. Okay, it's clear. Okay, no median network being displayed, so still no unprotected left scenario there without a raised median, at least with that one intersection so far. Okay, here we are again on Birkenhead Road. This is my narrow roads with speed hump scenario. Looks like it stopped for that speed hump. Got all the way down to 17 seems to still be its default. No yellow line on this road. It definitely feels like it's biasing to the middle. So if you were using the yellow line as your buffer, ooh, and it stopped. And it's confusing, this car. And it's going towards him. And it really, golly, did you see it go right towards him there? He was probably like, what are you doing? Okay, so that is a very interesting scenario. Narrow roads with a yellow line is fixed. Narrow roads without a yellow line is not fixed. It completely stopped, and there's this behavior where the car goes towards the opposing traffic that I can't understand. All right, too fast speed for large speed hump. So I think that, now that I think about it even more, that yellow line behavior that was exhibited back there that we looked at with the cameras, without the yellow line, it kind of didn't have its buffer. And I don't know what is going on, and it's done this a long time, but the car seems to want to go right towards the traffic at the most inopportune time in this scenario. Another large speed hump. Okay, it started slowing down way too fast though. I didn't brake just to see how low it would go, but all right, let me turn around one more time. All right, here we go. This will probably be my last leg here. Okay, you got that speed hump. So lighting's a little bit different today. It's not very sunny. It's kind of overcast, so I don't know, a little bit different, but it doesn't seem to be getting these speed humps. They're definitely not getting it off of map data. They're definitely looking for them because the inconsistency is amazing. All right, we do have a oncoming car here, but it's at this weird double wide intersection that creates a look at that path. That path doesn't make any sense to me. Now here we're proceeding, definitely biasing a little bit more towards the center of that road than we needed to. Another speed hump here, and it's in the 20s, little bit too fast for my comfort. So the yellow line seems to be the fix on the other road. Without it, it's kind of hugging the middle of the road here. I don't know, you can't really see it well, but I'm basically in the middle of this intersection here, which is okay with no opposing traffic. You got to get over pretty early when you do see oncoming traffic. All right, it looks like it got this one in the light that it's in now. It's seeing pretty well. All right, we do have one opposing car here, but it's on the other side of this road where the road widens up a bit. I got a car to the right I have to yield to, and as I cross the road, got a fast approaching car from the left, and then it'll go, and then we're done. So, narrow roads. I think we're halfway there. This Birkenhead Road, it's just a booger, because I guess the center line is kind of needed to help bias where the car needs to stay. Here's the railroad interactions. We're still not proceeding very well. I'm glad it decided to stop there. Let's see what it decides to do. And it's just going to run this red light, isn't it? Yeah, so it ran the red light after stopping way back. So basically it took that truck stop as my stop rather than kind of going up to the stop line and doing the right on red scenario. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. This is 11.4.2. That was some pretty good narrow roads behavior. So mixed bag at the end, but some good highlights on the roads with the yellow line. That really helped a lot. But on backcountry roads without a yellow line, I have a feeling that this version's going to kind of react the same way. Look forward to seeing some video from some others that might have a little bit more narrow road scenario without the yellow line. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Have a great day, everybody. All right, here's the bonus round. Unprotected forward-facing left with oncoming traffic and pedestrians. There are cars behind this truck, so it cannot go. It cannot go, and I don't know how it's going to see around this large truck. I hope it just waits, because I can't see. More cars coming. Okay, now we got a good view, so I'm really glad it waited there. That was a good scenario. There's a small gap here. It can make it if it gooses it, but it... Okay, yeah, wrong speed. Didn't give me the commit it needed to make that forward facing. If it had given the acceleration I expected, it could have made it, but it started that crawl out there. So that was a bust on that forward facing left turn there. And now I'm in the intersection and have to proceed because of the red light that turned. Good scenario, but I wasn't comfortable with the acceleration it used on that commit.